Welcome back to the Hollywood Redux podcast. On today's episode, we'll be talking about M. Night's new feature, Split.
Hey, welcome back to the Hollywood Redux podcast. Today we're reviewing Split. I'm your host, Matt.
And I'm your co-host, Grizzabella, and we're coming at you from HollywoodRedux.com.
Yes, M. Night Shyamalan's new movie, the one he is back to putting his name on because it is that good. Split. It was a good movie. If you haven't seen one of our, reviews before, we are going to spoil the hell out of the movie. And this movie has a major spoiler at the end. Which we're probably going to talk about randomly early on in our review. I don't know why, but it's probably just going to...
We're that excited.
Yeah, it's just going to happen. But there's a major spoiler. So if you have not seen the movie and you do not want to be spoiled, turn this review off now. Go see the movie. Come back and watch us. Check out some of our other stuff at HollywoodRedux.com where you can see some of our other reviews. But spoilers happening now. You've been warned, and kind of an Unbreakable too. Randomly.
Look at our boy Bruce.
Told you we're going right into it. Yeah, so it's in the same universe. So it's in the same universe as Unbreakable, which is kind of cool. That was like the major oh shit moment at the end of the movie.
I mean, he's underplaying it now. Let's do the build-up really quickly. Pitched the idea, or reminded us about Unbreakable before the movie. Had no idea that was happening at the end.
Because I went with...
Boom.
Chris has not seen Unbreakable.
I have not. And
so I had to
get yelled at so much.
I had to explain Unbreakable to her on the ride over there. I had no idea it was going to be connected to Unbreakable at all. I just, by chance, said, it's my favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie, and, everybody wants to see a sequel, and one day we might get that, so...
From what I've heard.
It's cool. It's rad. So it was cool to see that connection to the movie, and... But overall, I mean, outside of that, because it's it kind of comes so out of left field, you would never see it coming through the whole movie, which is why it was a big, holy shit moment.
It was a great surprise.
Yeah. And, but it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie. You do get the good thrills and the suspense. He really knows how to capture suspense better than most.
Yeah.
Regardless if you like his movies or not, I guarantee there's a suspenseful moment that had you on the edge of your seat, and that's really what you pay to go see, so that's pretty awesome.
Watch this one, and then you'll like M. Night again. You'll be like, oh, he's back. Yeah. He's back.
Yeah, if any of those previous M. Night movies have left you with a sour taste in your mouth, kind of like myself, this movie changed that for me. I was really excited to come out of the movie saying it was pretty damn awesome. So... I mean, from the very beginning, it doesn't really give you any time to get settled into the movie.
Not at all.
The three main girls that get captured are finishing up a lunch, and then they get captured, and then the movie starts. So you're thrown right into the plot with the characters from the very beginning. So you have to kind of survive.
Roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
From start to end, man.
Yeah, and James McAvoy, we don't have enough time on our show to talk about how good his performance was.
I love you so much, James. Oh my God, his performance in this was incredible.
I mean...
24
personalities.
24 personalities.
We really only get to see 6.
True.
7, but the ones that we get to see are pretty damn crazy, and he does a really good job of making them all different.
Talk about, I had no idea what a great, facial features he can convey.
Yeah, the characteristics in his face.
Yeah, dude, especially for those changes. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was pretty cool because his doctor,
Dr. Fletcher.
Dr. Fletcher, played by Betty Buckley.
What a sweet old. She was a sweetheart. I love her so much, man.
She speaks in the trailers. I don't remember hearing it in the movie, but I remember seeing in the trailer that she says something about it's a way, she does say this in the movie about the supernatural, that maybe ghosts don't exist, maybe they do, maybe they're just a split personality that somebody has and they think they're seeing somebody. Mm-hmm. So then they can have a conversation with them and they're like, oh, I just talked to a ghost, because then they never see that personality again.
Right.
The facial features, she says that they can change their bodies with
mm-hmm.
So one personality of Kevin's, who's James McAvoy's, that's his real name in the movie, Kevin Crumb. But he one of his personalities has diabetes and has to take insulin, and the other ones don't. So that's pretty freaking crazy. So it's kind of a mind over matter kind of thing in this movie too, because of something like that. But also at the end of the movie, when he's pretty much healing himself mm-hmm. in the mirror, you don't see it, but you figure out what it is. I mean, obviously.
Even going back to that, his characters, some of them looked a little bit bulkier than others and stuff. Some of them looked a little bit thinner and more
He really
destroyed
did.
and stuff. So
yeah, he really did develop those characters like individually.
Yeah, he performed 24 different characters, which was awesome.
And they never show him change until like 3/4 of the way through the movie. So like, you see him like talking in one voice, and then he'll walk out of the room, or he'll round a corner and come right back, and then he'll be somebody else. And it never really happens in camera, except for a few times in the movie.
Near the end.
At the very end, he goes through all of them.
But to be
once.
fair, yeah, that moment though is so intense to see. That's all you really need to see all of it. Like,
yeah, the one that did it for me was when he went from Barry to Dennis in The Office.
Oh man, was that?
Holy shit. That was very scary.
That's where I knew James McAvoy was a great chameleon actor. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible because like it was funny because we went to a really early screening in the morning, and
which was the best call, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it was full. It was like a sold out theater, and at that moment when he went from Barry to Dennis and he did like the whole like angry eyebrows, like resting bitch face that Dennis has, it was really shocking. Like, it's something so simple of somebody just changing from like a smile to a very serious face.
You get goosebumps.
But it was like a different person, and everybody in that room did like a like it was like really creepy. It really freaked people out. And there was a lot of those moments in this movie, and it wasn't cheap scares. It wasn't like, hey, loud noise, or like, you know, you hear a noise over here and then you turn to the right and there's a killer or something there. It wasn't. Really
it was very
like
psychological for sure.
Yeah, it wasn't a horror movie. It was definitely a thriller. I wouldn't categorize it as a horror movie. You know,
a thriller that you actually get to enjoy from like start to end. You know,
yeah. And you get to kind of go on the ride with these girls, and unfortunately, two of them go kind of... I mean, for how much time you spend with them, like, I felt like maybe they could have had a little bit more of a ending to their story.
I mean,
instead
we
of
were
it just
warned.
Their shit just ended. Yeah. Pretty much.
And we were warned that their shit was going to end very, very quickly. So...
Yeah. They get killed by the beast. But, you know, it happens. Not Casey Cook, though. Casey Cook survives.
Smart cookie right there.
Smart cook. That's a shirt. This is a great movie. I remember when we walked out, the first thing I said was like, M. Night's back. He's back.
Which is true. Like, we were hoping. I was hoping. I'll say for myself, I was hoping he would be. Because, I mean, I liked his previous very, like, Sixth Sense and stuff. And
He's been killing it in TV.
The Village wasn't that bad and stuff. And
Wayward Pines is dope.
So, there's been hits and misses, but the dude hasn't lost his touch, apparently.
Yeah,
and now he's back. And I hope we get to see more of that.
Yeah, he did a really good job. The script is pretty well written, pretty realistic, you know, a little stereotypical here and there, but like...
But forgivable.
But it's, because it's mostly to help develop and push the story along. Yeah. It's not stereotypical to be stereotypical, as in like, it was lazy writing. It was like, hey, these girls are obviously not like our main character. Let's make them just kind of a little over the top to really make you just not care about them and pay more attention to the main character, who, like, Casey Cook has, like, the worst life of all time.
Yeah, seriously.
Her father dies, I guess, of alcoholism.
I think that...
Drank himself to death, I guess. Or maybe... Or no, he had a heart attack.
That's what it was. I'm like...
Had a heart attack just like their dad, and then she has to, like, now live with the brother of her, you know, her uncle, who's, like, a molester. To be honest. Child molester. That was an insane scene. I really wanted her to pull the trigger.
So did I, to be honest. I was like, it's okay. No one would ever know. No one would know. It's one of those moments.
Shoot first. Answer questions later, Casey Cook. But no, that was an intense scene. That was like, oh God, it was like gross. I mean, it grossed people out in the theater. And like,
it was.
You know, when she had the gun, everybody was like, do it! Like, everybody's going nuts, but she, you know, she obviously didn't. She was just a 6-year-old girl, 7-year-old girl.
Hey, man.
Maybe
no
10.
one would have ever known.
Horrible.
No one would have suspected. 6-year-old did it.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. That was an intense scene, and when that finally came kind of full circle, you know, obviously it was towards the end of the movie, and so we got to see her survive, and we got to see, like, that she was a cutter and things like that, and that's ultimately her horrible, horrible damaged life is, fortunately for her, what saved her life.
Pretty much.
So...
She was pure.
It always gets better. So that's terrible. No, but she had a terrible life. But she was a great actor. I don't think I've really seen her in anything.
No, but after this, I'm pretty sure she'll like start appearing a little bit more and more. I would hope so.
Yeah, you know, I mean, and she did a great job. And I mean, there really wasn't any bad acting that I really saw in this. You know, everybody Felt very real, you know, except for, you know, obviously the forced thing in the diner at the end to kind of tie it back into Unbreakable. But, you know, outside of that, like, there wasn't really any forced dialogue that I could really feel. Or, you know, it all felt pretty natural and real characters. Even the guy who came in and saved her at the end, who found her, you know, the guy who worked at the zoo, that was pretty great.
Yeah, there's nothing to complain. We get that, and we get Bruce Willis.
Yeah, Bruce Willis shows up at the end to kick some ass and take you to the credits. It's pretty sweet.
It's the best. What a great surprise.
You know, so for us, I think Split was a pretty great movie. I definitely would recommend seeing it.
Yes, please go watch it.
You know, and if we missed anything from the movie that you wanted us to talk about, please let us know in the comments below, and also let us know what you think of the review. But for the Hollywood Redux podcast, that's going to do it for us this week. I'm your host, Matt. You can find me on all social media at Splashdown1.
And I'm your co-host, Grizzabella. You can find me at Grizzabella on all social medias, and we're coming at you from HollywoodRedux.com.
Yeah, be sure to check out some of our other content on the site and subscribe to our show below. See you next time.
See you guys.
Hey friend, do you like variety? Because there's all sorts of variety on this page below me. Like if you like this video, right here you can click for more, just like it. Right here you can subscribe to all of our social media. If you like mustaches and t-shirts, click over here to visit our online store. You can buy cool shirts made by our friend Grizzabella. Or you can subscribe by clicking this round bubble right here.